Money gets tight for pet owners who receive SNAP benefits. Local shelters are stepping up with support. The Peoria Humane Society wants to keep owners with their pets. Between pet food, discounted spay and neutering services, plus pet supplies, the shelter says they want to prevent any need to give up an animal.
But we do anticipate anytime pet owners are struggling financially that there is a possibility that they will have to consider surrendering their animal or giving it away.
She says for any more information or for a list of local food pantries that pet food is donated to, contact PCAPS at 309-682-9015.